Okay, it's been 2 hours. Let's take a look at this bread dough. So you can see it's a lot more risen than it was when we started, right after we kneaded it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bread pan, add a little bit of oil, not a lot, just a teeny bit, just so that I can kind of wipe around the bottom and then kind of draw it up the sides, and that's going to help me know that my bread's not going to stick. I had suggested that you pick up some parchment paper. You can also do that and cut a strip that's as wide as this and lay it over, down, and up and over, so that it actually creates a sling, and then another long strip that goes this way, again with a couple inches that stick out on either end, so when the bread's in it you can lift it by the paper when it's all done. So that's one way to make sure your bread doesn't stick. These pans are non-stick plus a teeny bit of oil, and I've found that they work pretty well for that. So we're going to take the dough out. I'm not going to handle it too much, but I am going to then, with my fingers, turn it under like this. See that? And that kind of takes some of the air out of it, which is fine. Also lets me kind of shape it now into loaf shape. Okay. So I'm going to put that here, and I'm actually going to, this bread I know will rise more, so I'm going to actually push it down a little bit. So it kind of gets in here on the pan. It's going to rise again, but you can see now it's a good ½ an inch at the highest point below the loaf pan. And then I'm going to take some egg white and use a pastry brush, but you could do this with your fingers, I guess, and brush this with the egg white. And the reason I'm going to do this is because this is going to be the glue that is going to make the seeds stick. If you just use like water, it bakes up, looks pretty. As soon as you handle the loaf, all the seeds just fall right off again and you get seeds everywhere. So the egg white, on the other hand, makes a nice glue. But you got to do this now. You can't do it later after it's risen, because the handling of the loaf will just deflate the loaf later. So, done that. Take this, take some of my seeds, just kind of sprinkle them on top. More. Okay. You'll always lose some, but anyway, that works pretty well. I'm going to cover this back up again. Nice thing about these kind of prefabbed things with the rubber bands, looks like a big giant shower cap. I think they're called cover-ups. As you can see, that it's got a lot of air. It'll hold up like this. So as this rises inside, the bread's not going to touch the plastic. And you can hear over there, there's the meatballs that we are also working on. So we'll pick that up in a moment.